Ooh, what is up, down, and sideways, you beautiful people? Back here on League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you. And we got more off-season news, rumors, speculation, hoopla, however you want to go about it. Most recently, we're talking about the best performing Western mid laner from last year. Hearing that Fnatic are very much in talks with Mad Lions to be bringing Humanoid over as their starting mid laner.
Oh boy, the off season isn't stopping. And as soon as one region starts to swing the off season in their favor, you start seeing, oh my God, these players are coming over, all these rumors. The LEC strikes back and they say, oh, we got some movement in our own region. We're not selling all the players. We're keeping a couple of them and we are making some wacky moves, and this has got to be one of the top ones.
So first off, if this is happening, it doubly heats up the Cloud9 Niski rumors because, well, Niski's obviously not going to be on Fnatic if Humanoid is coming over, and Humanoid was also linked to Cloud9. So if this is happening, I'm really bumping up Niski making a return to North America and over to Cloud9. Obviously, now the core of this Fnatic squad looking like Razork, Humanoid, Upset, and Hylissang. With all the movement around, with Mad Lions and Rogue looking totally different, Fnatic might be the front runners to win the spring split.
They should still be in that conversation. I don't think they should be removed at all from a top three kind of conversation in the LEC with what they have put together. Just on paper here, the idea, of Razork with Humanoid is a really nice jungle duo that I can imagine being pretty aggressive and getting a lot of kills in the favor for Fnatic. And then, of course, we already have talked many times and praised the bottom lane of Upset and Hylissang, which took some time to get together on the same page, build up that rapport, that chemistry with one another. But pretty much from halfway through the year onwards, they were clearly, to me, I think, the best bottom lane that we had in the LEC going. Their mixture of aggression with some of that, perfect type of restraint, actually, I want to say, from Upset. It is that perfect mix in that bottom lane. It is an exciting time to think about that for Fnatic as the base to build around. Albeit, I will say, Niski and Adam, specifically Adam, and the potential that we did see from him, does sting a little bit to know that this is mostly on the way out.
Yeah, so with the Niski and Adam thing, I've seen a lot of, again, rumor speculation that Fnatic were heavily shopping the idea of Perks and Alfari, who we now know are probably going to Vitality. But I think that rubbed both Adam and Niski the wrong way, and is one of the reasons Niski may be out of Fnatic, and now Adam is not even a given. I think after what an incredible rookie year he had, you would have thought for sure he would just sign up, be right back with Fnatic, but that might not be something that he wants. And now top lane is kind of the last question mark for Fnatic, whether it's Adam remaining. I've seen potentially an import from the LCK, somebody like Summit or Keen coming over. I don't know if they're getting Keen over from the LCK. That seems insane. Or the other one who's going to be available is Wonder. If you throw Fnatic Wonder with the rest of those four squads, like I said, that's a title contender.
Absolutely. I think Wonder is the one that is the most logical one for me to plug and play into this opportunity and hypotheticals of looking at Fnatic. Keen, I don't know what type of checkbook Fnatic has got, but I don't think they got enough to make a freak of freaks say goodbye to Keen. That's a different discussion. It certainly is an exciting one for Fnatic fans to look at, and even understanding, looking at the other side, as you said, with them trying to pursue Perks and Alfari and maybe rubbing Niski and Adam the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong with Fnatic pursuing Perks and Alfari in that situation, doing your due diligence to check with them. Of course, that's what you would expect from a top-level team in Fnatic. And I don't necessarily would blame someone like Niski and Adam to look at what they had accomplished and what they had done with Fnatic this past year and be a little bit hurt, a little bit disrespected in the sense of going, okay, I understand, obviously, the excellency of those players, but what we were building, our potential, you don't have any belief, any faith in us and what we've done. I can see their response and their angle in this situation as well.
Especially because you feel like, at least from the outside in, you never really got to see that full potential of Fnatic because of how all the issues that arose around Worlds, and they were never able to really play with their full lineup. And what you saw in those finals against Mad Lions, in their run throughout playoffs in the LEC, you never got to see that level of Fnatic on the world stage, and it looks like that's how that roster's going to end, which is a shame that that's going to be the lasting impression or memory that people have of that squad. If they don't keep Adam, 100% some other LEC team is going to be knocking on the door to fill him out, because that's just 1 year of playing to see the development and growth out of him. I know people are saying you can only play Olaf and Darius. He's a two-trick. He's going to be able to play other champions, and he's only going to improve. 1 year he's been in the LEC, guys.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones where you can look at exactly what everyone is saying and go, sure, there's some validity to talking about his successes on those champions, absolutely. But then to say that, okay, I don't want to invest any time and resources into this player's continued growth and development is crazy, because what you see, the excellency that he has, that control, the dominance that he can have on these champions, this isn't, relegated to only specifically those ones with the names and the letters that match up to those champions' names. Not how this works. My man is playing League of Legends. He can pick up these champions. He can learn them. Absolutely have faith in what we have seen from Adam in that regard. I think absolutely one of these teams needs to be picking up Adam for however much is going to be.
Whatever they're filling that void in the top lane, whether they do re-sign or Adam comes back or it's someone else, Fnatic is looking like they're going to have a very good offseason so far. It's a bit of the opposite for Rogue and even Mad Lions, who, we talked about. They're going to have RKR or Reeker, who's going to be replacing. They're going to have two rookies coming in to replace Karzi and Humanoid. That's a pretty big question mark in itself. Rogue, I don't know what they're doing. We already know Han Sama probably coming to Team Liquid. It sounds like the buyout process between EG and Inspired is just about finishing up. So literally the two best players on Rogue going to North America. Now the latest rumor is to replace Inspired. They said, we're getting ourselves a Dom1 jungler. We're getting ourselves a player from Dom1, the 2020 World Champions. It's Malrang. Wait a sec.
Man, I was getting so hyped up. You were telling me, damn one. It's actually happening. I was like, there's no way FPX can grab both Canyon and Showmaker. No way. LEC getting one. Malrang. Okay.
And it's a little unfair to fully beam on him. He actually, remember, he did sub in during all this crazy role swapping when Canyon was playing mid and Showmaker was playing AD carry. Malrang was fine. He was more than serviceable, more than I'll even say maybe an above average jungler in the LCK. But Inspired was the front runner for MVP for the majority of the LEC summer split.
Yeah, this is one where the value is never going to equal out, no matter how positive you want to be on Malrang and what we had seen from him in those very brief glimpses of what Dam1 was doing this year in that regard. I think you're right that, as much as, we joke and be maybe a little bit disrespectful in that regard of saying, oh, Dam1 jungler, got to be Canyon. It is one of those ones where it's mostly not even about Malrang in that sense. It's about losing Inspired and what he was and what he accomplished and what he grew to be with this Rogue lineup. And to simply, again, to lose it out, North America, the big old cash, it feels bad. This one feels extra bad, given that you had already just re-upped with your boy and signed him to that contract to then now be selling it out. That stings a little bit extra, especially knowing Han Sama is out. And as you said, well, there's 1A and 1B of your best players away from Rogue.
At least Rogue's going to be pocketing a bunch of cash for some of these buyouts for their best players. Who knows what they're going to end up doing with it. But this now fully feels like, because Rogue and Mad Lions, I think, are both going down several pegs when you're talking about 2022. It feels like the first time in half a decade where we're going to be heading into an LEC season, and there's no big favorite at all.
Absolutely, and it's one of those ones we're thinking about what this could do for Rogue and how do you move forward to losing Han Sama and Inspired. Sure, what does this mean? Well, Malrang and then Larson, that's not exactly a duo that I'm anticipating the most, the synchronization of being on the same page doesn't exactly strike me as that one and everything else. So I don't think that it's going to be immediate, and I don't know if there's anything that Rogue could do to plug into their other departments that would make me say, yeah, this is it. They're rebounding. They're getting it going. I just don't see it.
with G2 making moves, Fnatic is making all these kinds of moves, Vitality coming as a potential super team. It is going to be impossible when we do have to do these power rankings in the preseason for the LEC, because it just seems like a lot of pretty good teams. I'm just so used to there being a G2, a Mad Lions, or a Fnatic where you're like, this is the team that's going to win the split. We are not looking like we're having that.
We don't even know what's going to happen with a team like BDS. Maybe we're throwing it out there. BDD, BDS. Come on, boys. That's the one.
For the memes.
Got to get that synergy rolling through.
Yeah, that's really the recipe to success. I think you just get extra gold in the game if you have that good of a team name on the Rift.
But in all seriousness, that is another team that we haven't heard a full, complete lineup come through and where they intend to be and how much they're investing in. I think that is a reasonable question mark looking in the rest of this LEC landscape. But as you said, going to be from one of the very first times and probably the just escaping that G2 dynasty that we've had, where you look at the LEC at the very top and you go, it is totally up for grabs. I do not know who to be predicting.
Get your popcorn out for the LEC this year, because it is going to be a probably 7-way tiebreaker when playoffs do end up rolling around. That's it today, though, for League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you guys. Thanks for hanging. Catch you on that flippity flip.